Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We are here with Brandy and Lewis, and we're going to demonstrate all the obedience commands your boy has learned here at school. But first we're going to introduce the training equipment, and Brandy's got a standard 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand, which leaves her left hand free to give a little correction. And the only correction we give here at school is a little tugging and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment. Now you'll notice that Lewis is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of the obedience starts and stops. And the first command we're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is properly walking on the leash, always on your left, and the command is Lewis heel. Now at this point he's got a job to do, and that's to stay even with Brandy's left leg, no forging ahead, no lagging behind, and he should adjust to your pace. So if you're walking slowly, if you're speed walking for exercise, he should adjust accordingly. You shouldn't feel like you should have to adjust to him. You'll notice too that he has been trained to automatically sit whenever you stop. Another nice automatic sit. Now the next command we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The sit-stay is a hand and a voice command. Brandy uses her left hand, and the one-word firm command to stay. Now in the beginning, have him hold this for 20 or 30 seconds or so, and slowly work your way up to a 3-minute mark. When Brandy returns back to her dog, she's going to walk all the way around him as an added distraction. He should not get up. Brandy stops with Lewis right there on her left, and then they take off heeling again. And if you're working with Lewis inside, which you should, or if you're working with him in a fenced-in area, eventually you can drop the leash and increase that distance between you and Lewis. And again, slowly increase the amount of time he has to hold that sit-stay as well. If you can't hear Brandy, she's praising Lewis, telling him he's doing a good job. Now if he doesn't sit, you can see that little correction, which again is a little tug and release on that training collar. Brandy has him in another sit-stay. Have him hold this, and then instead of returning back to her dog, she's going to call him, and this is the recall or the come command. And he should come back to you and sit facing you. And that's a good way to teach him to come when called, and it's also another good way to teach him to greet people appropriately, to not jump on everybody. Another nice automatic sit. Brandy shows you that sit-stay one more time. Again, practice, practice, practice when he comes home. But keep your training sessions short. 15, no more than 20 minutes is certainly long enough. Brandy can call him out of that again. Again, the command is Lewis come. Use that leash if you have to as a little bit of a guide. And again, he should come back and he should sit facing you. And you can practice with him more than once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, indoors or outdoors. Well, the next command we're going to get ready to demonstrate for you is the down from heel position. Brandy's going to use her left hand and the one-word firm command to down and stay. Now he shouldn't be picking things up off the ground. So if he does, you may hear Brandy say no and give him a little correction. When Brandy returns back to Lewis again, she's going to walk all the way around him. He shouldn't get up. She stops at heel position, then they take off heeling again. And the reason why we don't want him picking things up off the ground, one, it's a distraction. He's going to pick up a leaf that's right in front of him, then he's going to want to get the one that's 2 or 3 feet away and get up. So we try to keep their head up off the ground if we can. Another nice automatic sit. Gives Lewis the down command again. Down and stay. With the down stay, eventually you can have him hold this for up to 5 minutes, but start off at 30 seconds or so. And instead of returning back to Lewis, she can call him. Again, the command is Lewis come. She lightens the tone of her voice with that come command. Lots of praising, but there is a fine line between too much praise and not enough. Sometimes if you overpraise a dog, they get really distracted, they stop listening. Another nice automatic sit. Show you that down from heel position one more time.
Stay.
And we just did a video of another dog right before we're doing this video with Lewis, so he smells the other dog laying there on the ground, which is a distraction for sure. But he's a really smart dog. The only thing that we're still working on a little bit is just his focus and his attention span. He gets easily distracted. And then the very last command we're going to show you is going to be the down from a distance. And right now, only take a couple steps away from him. You're going to use your right hand and the one word. Now, if he doesn't do it, you're going to have to make sure he does it. And you can see, and as much as we like to get a perfect video, that's a really good example of how to work through him not listening. You don't want to give up. You want to make sure he eventually follows the command the way it's designed, and that's exactly how you do it. Now, I know when he goes home, he's not going to be perfect for you, and that's actually a good thing. We want to be able to show you how to kind of work through any problems you're having when he comes home. We want to thank you for using Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer, and if you ever need us in the future for follow-up training or boarding, we're always here to help. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.